Hey everybody, and welcome back to Thursday Night Poker, brought to you by CCG Poker TV, live-ish from the CCG Poker Studios. Yeah, we're currently live.
It's tough to not be live.
For us. You would be dead.
Correct.
Currently dead from...
Currently alive.
So we've got after the break, we're still at 9 players? Or
No. We're
lost
at
one?
7.
Oh, wow, 7 players.
2, 4...
So this is the October free roll, which qualifies by the September points list winners. I know it's still a point of contention. Is this the September free roll or the October free roll? It's the free roll that takes place in October for the September top 9.
Yes.
$3,000 up for grabs today. We got a few regular faces, right? Tommy, our only regular face? I mean, if you come to CCG, you know most of these players. Yeah. They're the regulars. I mean, they become regulars by playing in all of the tournaments and getting in there. Dave Schultz, he's an old schooler. He's been around for a long time.
Yes. Matt in the one seat.
Yep,
one of my favorite
him.
Early bird guys.
I recognize everybody in this.
Yeah.
What's the 9 seat's name?
Drew.
Drew occasionally gets mistaken for a fake version of Ken. Somebody's like, hey, you're the guy from the vlog.
With
and
the
he's
glasses.
like, no, I'm not. Apparently, if I wore a hat, I would look like that. Chip leader is Matt, who is our... What seat is Matt in?
1. He's the 1.
Oh, 1 seat. Matt.
Yeah.
But pretty even stacks here.
Correct.
Not a lot of action.
Not much.
What do they start with? 20 cane chips?
Started with 20. Matt's up over... He's up 2 starting stacks. Mm-hmm. I mistook Drew for Jack, the one that was deep in the 10K. With the hat also, the red hat.
Right.
The one that blew the stack.
I remember.
Remember? And I was like, Drew, you going to blow your chip stack again? He's like, I've never been here, man. I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh. Okay, sweet.
Nice. Tommy with the Queen 5 suited.
So, we have Diva.
Mm-hmm.
She's a regular deep stack player with Greg.
Nice.
In the 4 seat. They come together and play the deep stack pretty much every event. See, we got some couple hands of
minor technical difficulties.
Yeah. Now we really had like the C team, the production C team. Like there's the A team.
You can hardly tell.
It's Ken and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the B team. Is like Mike and anybody else.
Right.
And then you got the C team, which is none of Ken or Mike.
Right.
Neither there. I mean, we're calling in Sal and Ryan off the bench. But hey.
Well, it's good. Most YouTube videos lose viewers after the first 3 minutes, so I'm sure people will wait until the technical difficulties are worked out.
Yeah.
We still know what's on the flop.
We're at the 3-minute mark, so they're already gone. But,
oh, nice. Good. Yeah. Hey, everybody who hung out with us.
Anybody that's left.
Still good to go. Dave fires in a bet there with the worst hand. Dave's going to call...
No, he's good.
Yeah. Oh, Dave's got it.
Tommy fired.
Called. There we go.
Tommy fired, and Dave called. And Dave wins. Tommy was value betting his top pair there.
I mean, top pair with the board paired, not bad.
This is Hold'em.
You beat a lot of cards.
All right, so...
Not a ton.
We do have Postka, the 7 seat, the only one we haven't talked about. He is our shorty with 5K.
Okay.
So he's a little short. We should be at 300, 600 here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right after the break.
So he's down under 10 bigs, so this is kind of go time for him.
Just trying to figure that one out.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else is basically at starting stacks. All right, we get the all-in here, the mystery
Postka.
all-in. Oh, boy, runs into aces.
Kuba's in the 7 seat. Got it. Postka is Greg. He wanted to go by Postka because that's his name in different countries that aren't United States.
That happens. He's all in. We're going to see in a second. Obviously, Kuba calls. I like the Hollywood a little bit there. Aces versus 8s. Pretty standard.
He gets a little good luck from Diva.
Drew's gone. Matt's gone. Tommy's gone. Aces versus 8s. Yep, he knows the writing's on the wall. Mr. Lucky's t-shirt, not so lucky today.
Look, she's giving the car keys. See that?
There you go.
Head on over to the early bird.
Not even hoping for an 8. Well, in this week's podcast, you might have remembered how to play aces. The best way to play aces is to get it all in pre-flop and then flop an ace. And then the player next to you is drawing dead after the turn. That's the best way to play aces.
He had both the suits covered too. I mean, that's the worst spot you can be in with eights.
And you might even be like, maybe I can get clubs to run out. No. Like, no, that's not a thing. None of your suits are live.
No.
You're drawing a 2 8s. And it never fails when you know you're down to 2 8s and the guy next to you is like, I folded an 8. Great.
Thanks. That's half
buddy.
of my, I'm
down to 1 out.
Sought after outs.
Pretty wild. Well, that was a fast move.
Yep.
Down to 6.
Down to 6. And the short stack, I just said he needed to make a move. And he picked up 8s, made a move, and didn't work.
Nope.
That's poker, though.
Not the way to do it. So, I mean, I get it. You get 8s, you got 5,000 in chips, you got less than 10 big blinds. Pretty standard.
You're pretty happy.
You're just hoping to get through and win some blinds, and if not,
racing.
Worst case scenario you're hoping for is 2 big cards, 2 overs.
Yep.
The absolute nut low is to be up against a big pair, and then the super nut low is to have your suits counterfeited.
You got it. So that's
and
just
the
nut low.
ultimate nut low is when your wife says, "Oh, I folded an 8."
Yeah, here's
and
the
hands
car
you the
keys.
car keys. We'll see you over at Warrenville in a little bit. She's on the phone now. I can't believe you called with 8s there. I did, and I went all in. Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
So she's going to open to 2,200 here, gets it through. That's a 3.75 extra. That's a big old open, but takes it down.
We talked about the idea of people that open for larger amounts. I said I was not a fan of it. You said it's a type of play, right?
Yeah.
In the sense of at least if you're consistent with that type of play, then people can't put you on your weak cards versus your strong cards, right? That's the balance you want to go for.
Correct.
So if you're always a big better,
when you're doing it with 7-8, when you decide to raise with 7-8 suited, like when you're doing that exact same thing, it's fine. I mean, you're just going to realize that people are going to have tighter and stronger ranges against you. So when they do put in 4.5 big blinds as opposed to 2.5, those ranges are a little different, Where 2.5, me and you are going to be putting in another big blind and a half with a whole bunch of hands.
Right.
Queen deuce suited, we're like, I'm in there. It's 1.5 more bigs. 3.5 more big blinds. We're just mucking that shit.
You narrow the range for the other opponent.
Correct.
Your opponent.
So you're always up against a better opponent range, which is less likely.
Well, you can play against it.
Right.
If it comes out garbage flop, you're a little less worried about it. Flop comes out ace 5-5.
You're a little more worried.
And then you can slow it down a little bit. Although nobody has any part of this
flop.
No,
and we're just checking.
It's one of those ones where if somebody were to bet, it'd be good. Kuba with the 7 deuce. Should have bet there. Divo wins with an 8 high?
No. Tommy's actually in the pot. This is the hand that Brando screws up here.
Oh, nice.
So we got it all out of the way. The production's all gone, and then it runs smoothly.
Just made it work really fast.
Yep. So Tommy, who's not even his cards aren't even shown, he bet 6,000 on the river. We're backing it all up here. We're going to get it right, and then after that,
hope for the best.
Production's really good after that.
Oh, good.
We're back off the C team. We play like the A team.
Right now, you're on the D team.
No, I mean,
and then
we're
you
fine.
got moved up to the C team.
We're fine. Look at
this
Tommy.
would be like if the entire.
Well, we knew the plan here. We back it all up. Get Tommy calling.
If we'd have known, it would be like if the entire Chicago Cubs baseball team came down with COVID and they had to call up the Tennessee Mudwumpers. Yep. That's basically what we were.
I see.
And then the Mudwumpers, like best 3 guys, were sick, and then that's where we were at.
So
then they forgot the equipment.
So we're down 2 other guys,
right?
And then those other 4, that's where we're at. Okay.
Hey, look, you've got this mildly fixed. It's crooked as shit.
Check. Sounds like yeah. 9 of clubs. Check.
No move in the camera. I like it. This is good. This is like an interview post.
I don't look at the camera. I'm too busy running the show here.
That's true.
I mean, Ryan was the camera guy.
Boy, that went too fast. Matt and Dave are 2 chip leaders still.
Good. So I guess when we fixed the exposure, we moved the...
Must have.
Hey, I don't touch the cameras. I don't get paid the big bucks for the production team. I'm just the
All right, action's on Matt here in the 1 seat, not playing it.
Tommy's out. Dave's out. Coming around to Diva. Diva's out. Kuba calls. And
Drew going to make a move with that 7-3? Probably not. Just about all the blinds. Trying to make change.
Bet all the blinds. I think he accidentally raises here. He made it too much, so he doubled it. Heads up to the flop. Kuba versus Drew.
I always like the weird heads-up play where you kind of accidentally raise. And then
and now look, they both flop a pair, and this is like a weird dynamic. Because
it's a weird board. Drew's got the better hand here currently.
He does. That's
with the 7. And the lucky 13 hat.
San Pierre, Indiana.
It's probably good.
It's probably about my car warranty.
Nice. Never good ones for though.
All right, now I think
we have a check, bet, call.
Yep.
Kuba check, Drew bet, Kuba called. Turn
Juicy
is a
turn. I think it's a deuce of spades. Deuce of clubs.
Deuce of clubs.
Okay.
That's actually better. Spade would have been a little scarier.
It would have. So then Kuba checks the turn. And then Drew is now betting 2,500. And Kuba, I mean, you have third pair here. Yeah, he gets rid of it. And I mean...
Third pair...
Drew did bet twice. You accidentally raised, and that does bring in the weird dynamic where if you didn't raise, you'd be like, I'm out of here.
Probably good, yeah.
So Kuba's played every hand.
Nice. I mean, he's done well so far.
I mean, yeah. When you get aces, it's nice.
Up against 8s.
With the suits dominated.
You can't go wrong with that.
Till an 8 comes. All right. Moving on up. Here we go.
Pitch it out, Sal.
Sal? Is Sal like an NPC and he was just lagging there?
Just
there
stuck.
We go. Just like stuck. Okay, we made it. Tommy's action. 600 to go.
Is that right? You just misspelled his name?
Drew? Drew's the small one.
Drew. I got you.
19. All right, so Kuba limped the button. Drew called to 300. Matt checks. And nobody flops anything.
7 set. A lot of paired boards again.
Check. And Kuba's going to come out and probably take it down here, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's the aggressor right now. And it's one of those things that they just keep going and keep...
Small pots, but you just keep...
Well, you build a stack that way.
You do. It is so fun to build a stack that way.
Depending on if you win 4 small pots and lose a medium one, like you're netting profit here. Like keep going,
and just to keep gobbling those small pots is just so.
People are like upset by it, and
right then they try and. But here we go. We got some chip counts. Nobody over 40. Nobody really under 20.
No.
So everybody is still within a double up of being short or the chip leader. Dave's action coming up, and that's the tricky reader. Which he did actually do a good job of finding the spot. So we got limps from Diva, limps from Kuba. Drew's out of there with the 5 deuce on the button. Matt with the ace 7 off in the small. And limping. Tommy with the jack 3 of clubs. So 3 players have clubs, and Matt has the ace of clubs. So I'm going to wager that there's not many black cards.
Is there even enough to make a flush?
No, well, there is black cards, but they happen to be the spade variety. Checking.
Matt flops top pair.
Diva has an open ender, and Diva drills the nuts on the turn.
Nice.
That is nice. And Matt's going to come out firing with the 7.
Should have bet the 7 on the flop, but he didn't. It's okay. I like betting the turn, see where you're at. He finds out.
Diva calls.
I guess he knows to slow it down a little bit.
And we have the deuce of club.
Might scare her a little bit, but I think she's going to just call here.
Yep, that's exactly what happens. Matt bets again. She calls. She has a straight.
Not a bad bet by Matt. I think if there was a non-spade on the river there, non-spade, non-diamond, she's going to raise him no matter what.
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a, quote, bad river for her.
Can we go back for a second or talk about something for a second?
Sure.
You had mentioned to me that the TDA, the Tournament Director Association, which is the tournament rules that CCG and most rooms follow.
All rooms. Basically, yeah.
If they're a legitimate room, they should be using TDA.
Sure.
Okay. TDA changed the rule that you no longer have to bet the nuts on the river? Is that a thing?
Is what I heard.
Yeah, we heard that. It's a rumor. Don't say by whom.
I won't.
But I'm just curious as to...
Do you know when to use whom and when to use who?
Of course I whom do. Do whom? No, sometimes.
It's something about the the who being the subject of the sentence, then it turns into
Yeah,
who.
I was never very good at that.
Me neither. My mom was an English teacher.
Effect
She'd be very
and
upset.
effect, I have a very hard time with.
Awful.
I am a 50-50. I just jamming it in there and hoping it's right. I
And
have
then it
no idea.
auto-corrects, yeah.
No idea. Sometimes it auto-corrects and I think it's right or wrong, and I'm just like, that doesn't seem right.
Tommy's got bottom pair here.
But it really doesn't affect me.
Okay, so wait, which? I don't know. Does it affect you or does it affect you?
Affect you.
All right, now Tommy's got 2 pair here.
Aces and fives, but he's up against Dave, who's got nothing.
Yep.
So,
and he takes it down. That's the turn. What are you talking about? TDA though. I mean, is that really? That's a good rule that you have to bet the nuts.
absolutely, it protects the game.
It does.
But the rumor is that that's no longer the rule. So, obviously, my phone's listening to me because TDA just popped up as the search.
Yeah, obviously.
Clearly. It's funny, I was talking to my buddy last night. He was like, hey, man, he's like, don't let me down. He's like, let's play that indoor golf league. I was like, yeah, I got drunk on Friday night and was like, yeah, let's go play indoor golf.
Yeah.
Let's join a league. It'll be great. And he's like, don't let me down. He's like, you said you would play. I was like, true, I will and I won't. And then we both go to the website to go look at it. No league play, no like nighttime play. Maybe because it's summer still, like the winter time hasn't really hit for like indoor golf's not really huge in the summer.
Yeah, of course. Look at these hands, by the way. Nobody has anything. Just a bunch of pile of squadouche. Nobody even has suited cards here.
No.
Okay, keep going.
And sure enough, we both text at the same time, like, doesn't look like they have much. I'm assuming they'll change the schedule here, like maybe November 1st when the weather really starts kind of
Yeah, they're going to put out the winter schedule.
Like, we're still playing outside golf.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not playing indoor golf at the particular moment.
Yeah.
He texted back like 2 minutes later. He's like, I just checked my email randomly, and the first email that pops up is the email from that company saying, league starting soon.
Yeah.
And he's just like, how is that possible?
How?
He's like, I love that the algorithm knows what's what, but I'm also a little nervous about it.
That they can just know that. All right, so Dave has a gutter ball here. Diva has ace high. Tommy turned trips, and Dave's going to be, putting out a little feeler bet. Just trying to take it down. And Tommy's coming along. He ain't folding. So you do some research on TDA.
I am.
I'll do all the important stuff here. Tommy River's a full house. It is kind of a scary card for Tommy. Does pair the king. Dave's going to rep the king here. But now Dave
dice.
Dave did check the flop, which I think Tommy's like, would he really check the flop here with the king? And it was 3 ways, so Dave might check the flop here with the king. And then bet the turn, and then now bet the river. I mean, this is the line a king would take a lot of the time. So now
especially a weak king kicker,
right? And I think Tommy knows this. However, it's 4,500 into 11,000.
Oh, he looks like he might give it up. Is he gonna give it up? Chips off the cards. He gave it up.
So I mean, that really did look like a king from Dave.
Yeah. And that's like the worst thing to happen is when you turn trips and then you immediately get counterfeited on the river.
Yeah,
and
that's the worst card on the deck for Tommy.
So bad.
And it's the best card for Dave to bluff. And Dave bluffed and Tommy folded. So that's a good bluff by Dave. And I think he kind of realized how good of a card that was and that he had 10 high.
I would just like to go that it is underlined in the TDA rules app. And if you don't have the TDA app, download it because it's great.
Literally go to the App Store and type in
so good.
TDA.
Underlined. It is the responsibility of players to make their intentions clear. I feel like that comes up a lot when a guy was like, not all of it. What did he say?
The rest of it.
The rest of it. I was just like, I get it, but that is not making your intentions clear.
That you want to be all in a poker game.
You got to say the words all in.
All right. Dave. All right, blinds are at 400, 800. Dave is raising it to 1,800 here with the ace-3 off on the button, and he gets it through. Now, this is sit-and-go poker. There is a lot of pre-flop taking it down here. Players have stacks to work with still. Nobody's in real danger or that short. So nobody is really forced to make a move. There's not much ICM pressure. So this is kind of just the part of the tournament where players can actually wait for hands.
Yeah. Until to the point where they can no longer wait for hands.
Which is what's great about tournament poker, is there comes a time when you can no longer wait.
Nope.
It's just if you're going to be playing a 10K main event with 2-hour levels or a free roll with 15-minute levels. So we have Matt under the gun mucking his garbage. Tommy limping to King Jack which is very much what Tommy likes to do with these middling hands. I mean, Tommy keeps making TV tables where we get to see us play.
We do.
And people, are going to catch on to what he does. But that's okay. It's a good thing about being a poker celebrity in the Chicago charitable scene. Queen 8, 5, 2 spades. Drew flops the best hand with an 8. Very quickly checks through. The table was playing. They were playing very fast.
A lot of checks, a lot of
just check, which is, a little bit bad for the production. Makes it a little tough.
It does, but I mean, it is what it is.
Right?
Like,
I can't complain about a fast game.
No,
I mean, the alternative is a slow game, which is dragging.
Not great.
And not great. All right, so Drew does bet his 8 there and take it down with the best hand. 4-8-8. We are one player away from going to the small blind ante, which is a nice relief for the players. I wonder how many new rules you're going to educate yourself on. Oh, you gave up?
I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Queens might have just taken it out. I'll keep doing some research.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in there, so... A lot of fun hand. We have only seen one good hand. It was 8s versus aces.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
The cards have to cooperate, too.
Drew raised to 2,000. He's getting sick of those crap cards. Matt calls. A little out of position.
Matt flops top pair.
Yeah, top pair. Top pair, pretty good kicker.
Bets. Drew flops a squadouche and gives it up.
I like it. Putting pressure on Matt, though.
Yeah, Matt flopped the best hand and bet it out and won.
Matt's still our chip leader, followed by Dave in the 3 seat there in the Bears hat. Tommy sitting right next to him and probably the other Bears hat, 2,700. Kuba in the Porsche hat with 2,400. Davia, our only lady left in the game.
Drew with the 13 hat.
Drew with lucky 13 at 18,000. Now we know everybody's name. Now here's the test. We've had a lady in every free roll, at least one lady every free roll.
Yes. Mung was here too. She busted.
Okay, nice.
Vanessa Vanessa was in one.
Who is currently the best non-CCG ping pong player? Because you'll see the ping pong table in the background there. CCG World Headquarters. Vanessa was pretty good.
Greg's pretty good. Postka, the guy that got...
the 8s?
Yeah, the 8s.
Hey, Dave's finally got a real hand here. Ace-King suited. He raised to 1,800, and Tommy calls with Jack-3. Maybe he thought it was Jack-4. If it was, he'd have flopped a 4.
Hey, that was funny.
Thanks, Doug.
It's vice versa in the real life.
Correct.
But yeah.
What a shit show that is.
Oh, I know. Twitter is... I don't even
fire.
go on it
I've stopped. I
stopped following it because there's too many people doing too much analysis. Now,
It's just like trying to do analysis on like if my children playing in the front yard and figuring out why they're doing the things that they do. I have no idea why they're doing any of that stuff.
Correct. Is there going to be any
now they're talking about how Greg and some other guy are signaling on their arms. Like a 1, 2, or 3. Did you see this new thing?
I did.
Why is he checking with 3 fingers? They're just coming up with random stuff. Like, I have no idea why they're doing any of that stuff. It's just random. Don't worry about it.
Now, she's taking a lie detector test tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But now Twitter's already like, I mean, if she passes it, that doesn't,
I feel like it's one of those things.
Everybody's going to take it for whichever way, depending on what. It's like, don't even do it.
This is like poker.
People that think she's innocent, like, oh, she was nervous. This doesn't prove anything.
Right.
This is why they don't use it in court.
Right.
And if she comes up innocent,
I don't know why anybody would want to take a lie. I don't even know why lie detectors exist.
Me neither.
They're correct. Like, sorry, I was reading or listening to one of my crime podcasts.
Yeah,
and they were talking about lie detectors are like 70 to 90% correct. One, how do you get anything that's 70 to 90%?
That's a pretty
correct?
big scope.
That's a huge scope, right?
Yeah.
Like 90% sounds pretty good. 70% doesn't sound very good. And when you throw in 70 to 90, there's a 20% variance.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine you'd be like, hey, your aces are 70 to 90% favorite. Like, what? The hell does that even mean?
All right, so Diva opened with ace queen. Drew called with 5s. She flopped an ace. She bet. Drew folds.
That's all she wrote.
It's easy. Our aggression frequency, everyone's right in the middle, kind of where they should be. I mean, we've only played 15 hands, so tough to get a... See, now we have it labeled September free roll here. I do. What? So it's the October-September free roll, right. Thursday night poker.
Right. We haven't quite got the name down. It's the $3,000 free roll. It is the September qualifiers. We
should just call it like the third, like number 3.
No. Out of 6?
Yeah.
3 out of 6?
3 out of 5.
It's weird.
I mean, look at these hands. How's anybody supposed to do anything with hands like these?
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
I mean, this isn't a cash game where you look down at 9-8 and you're like, I'll play it this time. Nope, this is a tournament where the blinds go up and you can't really just light chips on fire. However, as I say that, Matt calls with 9-8. It's very funny. Tommy comes along with A6. And then Dave completes with the 5-4. And then Diva checks her Jack 3. And we go to the flop, a fair fight. And Matt flops top pair. And Tommy flops middle pair. Dave's got a double belly buster.
Yeah, oh yeah. I love the word double belly buster.
It's a good one. And Diva's got Jack High. She's out of there.
Jack 3 is just difficult in general. She was the big blind, though, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
Checked. So Dave's going to bet his 5-4.
Which I like.
And Matt
give
calls.
Yourself 2 opportunities to win.
Matt calls and Tommy calls.
Which makes sense.
It does.
Queen's going to scare both of them.
Yeah.
Except Dave. Dave might get away with this because just a high card comes out.
Right. The high cards come out. He's still betting his draw, hoping that it's now scary for Matt's 8. And Matt does release the 8 pretty quickly.
Yep.
And if Matt's going to fold an 8, Tommy's probably going to fold a 6, and Dave's going to take it down.
And that's why you bet twice every time to give yourself... You bet your draws so that you give yourself 2 chances to win.
Yep.
Dave actually gave himself 3 chances to win. Flop, turn, and you don't even have to worry about the river.
And then the river.
He still had a backup bullet.
Still had 2 tiers. You can win by hitting on the river or by missing and betting.
Betting again.
Yeah. It's like 5 chances to win. Like, how do you lose?
Dave's our new chip leader. You can't. You can't lose that way.
When you have 5 chances to win, how do you lose?
You just can't win or lose.
All right. 4-8-8.
Ooh, blinds are up. All right, Kuba's got the 8s this time.
He does. Drew 10-3 off. Matt pontificating here in the 1 seat.
Ooh, pontificating.
Doesn't know it's on him.
Looks like upcoming here, Dave. Let's see if Dave gives any tells to what he's going to do, because he does have a good hand. We are seeing the hands a little bit earlier than we normally would, so it is a little harder for me to follow along.
Are they all just coming up?
Yeah.
Is that like a different setting?
Yeah.
As opposed to 1 at a time?
1 at a time. Just the next... You just wait till it's on the player's turn, and then their cards become live. A little difficult because they don't actually read it until then, so sometimes that's a little goof.
Because then we don't end up seeing them. This way we get to see them all, but they all pop up at once. I actually kind of like this way.
It's a little bit harder to follow, especially if you don't put on the seat numbers. So you got to activate the seat number thing. So it'll say Kuba seat 7. So then you have a little bit better idea. Right? Like, unless you know the gentleman in the flannel and the Porsche hat isn't Kuba, you wouldn't know. All unders.
I see.
Right. All unders for Kuba with the 8s. He fires out 4,000, which is a pot size bet, almost. Dave's ace-queen gets a lot smaller. Boy, wouldn't it be great if there was a podcast dedicated to telling you how to play the most premium hands in poker? That'd be great. Man, you should totally listen to The Overlay, a poker podcast brought to you by CCG Poker.
Good plug.
Yeah.
That's nice. And meanwhile, Kuba takes it down with 8s.
I mean, not better when you got 8. See, that's the way you play 8s the right way versus the way Posca played the 8s.
Yeah. Well.
Where you get it all in pre-flop against aces.
Yeah.
Kuba did a much better job.
Right, well, when the flop 7,
he raised, got called, and then flopped all unders, and then bet, and then you're good to go, and then that's how you played against ace queen.
And then didn't get raised because the guy didn't have aces. He had ace high.
Right. Yep. All good. That's the way you do it. Under the gun, Matt. 4-8. I guess people are still. They got plenty of blinds right now.
Yeah, everyone's cool.
Even
good.
Drew with 15,000 still got almost 20 big blinds. Almost.
Yeah.
19 big blinds.
All right, so Matt is limping. 800 with ace deuce. Tommy's out of there.
Early position, I don't mind that.
Yep, and then this, I think, is going to start the limping train a little bit.
Yeah, the domino effect.
And then we have the ace 10 suited from Dave, which is a very good hand to limp.
Yeah.
Diva's out of there. Kuba's in there with
Ace 10 is one of those hands that I feel like I overrate, feeling like it's better than it is. It's really not much better than Ace Deuce suited.
Hold on, we have again. Okay, he made it 1,500, trying to call 800, which is now going to make it 16. So this is the second time
Kuba did it again.
Yep, Kuba did it again.
He's just like,
whatever. I got the king deuce of diamonds. I guess I doubled it.
I did it again.
And now again for Drew, kind of an awkward situation. Because you got King Jack of Hearts. There's a couple limps he accidentally raises.
And he is the shorter stack, so like, do you really want to get involved in a hand here where you got 3 players behind you that could raise again? It's like you're just punting 1,500, 10% of your stack. Probably should let it go. And then guaranteed King Jack's the winning hand.
But he called.
Oh, he did call.
He called, and then call. So we go 4 ways.
Well, he was the big blind. My bad. I understand the big blind call.
Yeah, he was already in the big blind.
So we finally get some kind of matching good-looking hands, and the flop comes Queen 5. Just like no connection whatsoever.
And we check through Jack ball, though.
So the Jack does come through.
And Drew has the best hand now.
And
Matt has
got
a spade draw. And Dave's got a straight draw.
Okay, now we got something here.
And Kuba, the Razor, by accident, has Squadouche and is 0% to win.
Accidental Razor's got no chance to win. Also pretty standard.
Right where you don't want to be. Accidentally raising with a 0% next to your name. So we do have Matt betting his nut flush draw.
Again, bet it twice.
We have Dave calling.
2 chances to win.
And look at this. King Jack gets out of the way.
Best hand. Out.
And now all of a sudden, Matt has the nuts.
Yeah. I mean, Dave's not going to call any bets here. He was really trying to find out where he was. He found out where he was. I think if it's a non-spade on the river, he bets and Dave wins.
Yep.
In this case, Matt's going to bet out his flush for value or to maximize.
Yep.
And
Matt's just hoping he has a queen.
Dave's just hanging. Oh, yeah. He's hoping he's got a queen. Queen calls here.
Yep.
Do you ever try to think about how much you can bet to make sure that the queen will call?
Yeah.
How do you like his bet at that point?
I think that's the perfect number where a queen would call. Half pot. If you got the flush, you got the flush. I call. I got the flush. Nice hand. That's how that goes.
Yep. Just call and see what happens. But you got to be careful in Matt's position with the spades there. How much can you bet here before you outprice him where he goes, it's not worth me finding out if you're bluffing or not.
Right.
Like a all in.
Or Matt's bet's too big where, like, when Dave shoves, like, Matt knows he loses and loses the maximum.
Oh, right, because the board's hurt. I was like, but he has the nuts. Oh, wait, he doesn't have the nuts. Ooh, see, that's next level poker by Brandon.
It is. All right, actions on Tommy.
Spin-off podcast.
I need a spin-off podcast. Queen 4 out of there for Tommy.
Oh, this just
Dave.
in. I could save $400 on select MacBook models at Best Buy.
Let's go.
I do like MacBooks.
But you don't even need a MacBook.
No, I have one.
You do. But hey.
All right, pocket ducks for Matt here in the 1 seat. I like Dave's hand so far. Cuba didn't accidentally raise, which is good. Drew gets out of the way with the Jack 6.
Matt calls, heads up. Here we go. It's a fair fight. It's still a fair fight.
Oh, boy.
Check.
Deuces have a slight edge here. I think I would like to see a bet.
However,
I'd like to see a bet.
From Dave?
Yeah, no, from Matt.
Matt
I would have
already
liked to see Matt. I know. I would have liked to see a bet. Because now, how do you play twos here?
You just fold. Check fold.
I mean, I guess that's what you're just set mining and that's it.
Kind of what I'm doing. Yep. I got deuces. I got nothing. Dave's going to say something like, you were good right now.
You were good, kid.
You were good
so
right
now. I have a 10, a queen, a jack, a 3, an 8,
Hearts.
A 9. Any of those come out, counterfeit your deuces. That's still worse when you lose with deuces because the board double pairs.
Yeah.
That really
you got
pisses me
3s
off.
and 8s with a queen high? Sweet.
Sweet. You're good. You're good.
All right, so Dave finally has 2 stacks.
Matt basically has 2 stacks.
And then the rest are just chilling.
Kind of right at just slightly above starting stack.
Diva's a little short.
Which seems to be kind of the standard in this 20K sit and go kind of esque where we get into like, what round is this? This is like level 8 now?
Yeah.
5 levels break.
We are 500, 1,000,
level
1,000.
8. At what point does a good tournament start forcing you to play? Is there like a number? Like a blind level?
No, because it's all relative. But I mean, like, this is...
Right, if you get down early, then you're forced to play faster.
Yeah,
if you got big chips, you can sit back a little bit and wait.
I mean, this tournament's kind of built to only take 4 hours.
Yeah,
so I
it's
mean,
a sit and go.
We're in
what sit and go shouldn't take 4 hours.
Right.
Nobody wants to sit and go to last 12 hours.
We're on level 8, 15-minute levels, which is 120 minutes. So we're into hour 3 of a 4-hour tournament. So this is where you're going to start playing. Matt flops top. Diva has a mystery hand. Play along with Diva.
All right, we both have both players, Matt and Tommy. Tommy's the one ripping into this bet here, or ripping into this pot. I can see the chip coming out. Oh, no, Matt's ripping into the pot.
Matt's got ace-queen, top. Bet 7,000. And now it's on Tommy, and this is a tough spot for Tommy.
This is what happens when you play those middle suited connectors.
It is. I mean, you have top pair, and yes, you're beating a lot. But
you are also losing.
You are also losing to a lot. Diva gets out of there, so we don't need to see that mystery.
You lose to 8-9. You lose to Queen Jack. You're losing to Queen 10.
Ace, King Queen.
King Queen. Ace Queen.
3 of diamonds. Really I think this is going to go check. Yeah, it does.
It does.
Matt did have the ace of diamonds, but again, can Matt really get 2 streets with a hand like ace queen against Tommy? No, right?
Mm-mm.
I mean, he's got to kind of hope Tommy has exactly king queen.
And it's a big enough pot, right?
It is 7,000 bet on the turn.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
look
a
at
bad.
Matt's up to 53.
Right. I don't mind taking that pot down.
And Tommy's down to 10. Oh, Tommy had 10K left. So, yeah, I can see where you wouldn't want to be putting in another 10K in that spot if I was.
Yeah, I didn't know Tommy was that far down. Him and Drew are the bottom.
Well, he bet 7,000 on the turn. So, Tommy lost half his chips that hand. All right, still 5-1-1. Action's over on Diva. She's out of there.
Back to the hot hands.
Out of there. Drew not opening the king 6 of hearts. He is short. So what are you going to do? Matt folds and Tommy folds and Dave gets a walk. Long walks on the beach for Dave. And you shouldn't. I'm one of the team, like, I never complain about a walk. Even when I look down at aces, I'm not like, oh, I'm just happy to win. I rarely can win. So when you guys are like, I'll give you the pot.
Yeah.
I say thanks. Because that was probably the only way I can win. Is by you giving it to us. To me. All right. Kuba's going to be under the gun. Kuba's played pretty solid. I mean, he hasn't had many hands, but the few hands he has had, he's played and won. And we have Jack 7 for Kuba. Out of there. Drew's out of there with the 83. Matt with the Queen 6 and diamonds. He's going to get a little splashy. He is opening it up to, looks like 27.
I like that. You're in the 23. Cutoff. Everybody folded to you.
And we, the table's kind of been playing. This is kind of, he's kind of playing the table here. Like, oh, it got walked last hand. It's folding around to me again.
There has not. I honestly do not remember pre-flop raise in the last 8 hands.
Yeah.
Unless you count Kuba's mistakenly raising.
Like Diva with ace queen against 5s when you were talking about your story 10 minutes ago is the last time there's been.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah.
I missed that raise.
You did. It's okay.
So it was one hand.
Yeah, correct.
So I think you got to play the table a little bit.
You do,
right? I mean, you got to make sense and kind of push a little bit. Now Tommy's got a real hand here.
He does.
Matt looks like he just called. Tommy's going to put it all in there. Dave's pissed about it. He was happy to play that Queen 8. Diva's not going to call. Kuba's not going to call. Matt's not going to call.
Tommy's going to take it down here.
Yeah. And again, with Ace Queen suited, I kind of don't mind that.
No.
Because you're getting called, chances are.
You're 60-40, 50-50.
Or you're proper screwed.
Yep.
Up against queens, kings, aces, ace, king,
and look at Tommy, 3,500. That's a big score.
Yep.
And now look, a double up puts him in third,
Diva's starting to get a little short. Dave's making Italian motions at Sal for being upset about the fact that he hasn't gotten any good cards, which I will agree with. Sal's been dealing some dog shit.
He has. It's pretty tough to, Okay, look at this.
4s, 4-4, or 7-5. Okay.
Ace, 10 of spades. All right.
I can do it. Short of Dave.
All right, so Matt's...
I like all of these cards.
Matt's in there with 4s. Tommy's raising it up. Now, interesting enough, Tommy's not electing to just shove here with 13.
He could have.
He could have, but he's going to...
I wouldn't have minded the shove. He probably would have got a call from Matt.
And we were folding around, and now...
Full on ripping it. Now I don't...
Matt calls, 2,500.
Oh, wow. All right, let's see if it works out for him. It does.
Works out for Tommy. Check.
Yep. Flops and ace.
I like Matt. Matt's like, what? I'm here to gamble. It's a free roll. I got 4s. Oh, I missed a 4 here. That's what I had.
I mean, I guess he put him on queen something? Queen jack, maybe? Probably didn't put him on an ace. You really shouldn't call if you put him on an ace.
He didn't call.
Oh, he didn't call?
No.
Okay.
He showed his hand straight up. And
I thought you said he called.
No, he was like showing that I had fours.
Someone gamble a little bit.
So Dave is our big winner since we, started keeping track.
Uh-huh.
Which makes sense since he's our chip leader.
It's true.
Tommy under the gun with 19,500. He just had 10K. Now he's got 20K.
Basically doubled. Two hands, no show.
Tommy's out. Dave's out. Diva ace 4.
Up against 4 players left. 3 other players.
What is this, a limp?
Yeah, she limps. Kuba's out. Drew, nickel to call.
Calls, and Matt checks it up.
Yeah.
3 ways. Fair fight for everybody.
Queen Jack 6 flop.
Like, how does nobody even flop a pair?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Statistically, you'd think you would.
Okay, so we have check. Diva's going to take a shot at it.
I like it. She's going to bet her ace. She's going to take it down.
And against 2, relatively weak hands in the blinds, you got a couple face cards up there. She's,
ace high.
She should be the one that has queens and jacks and strong middle cards to limp with. So, yeah, she takes advantage of it, bets, takes it down. Easy peasy.
And moves up to 3rd in chips. Relatively speaking, though. It's pretty small.
Yeah. What's the tide?
No, she started by like 1,000 chips,
like 1,000.
but just like she's got 22,000 to 21,000 to 19,000 to 14,000.
Dave's out, Diva's out, Kuba's out, Drew's out with a 9-4, all the way over to Matt. See how
85 bears,
85 calls. Tommy checking it up.
Yeah, 4 deuce again
against 85. Okay, we got an 8. And
Matt's gonna bet. Tommy ain't gonna see anymore. Take it, kid. I missed.
We are kind of cruising them. Quick hands.
Yeah.
On the stream. We were getting a hands per hour bonus. We definitely hit it. 10, 17, 22. She is tied. Exactly 22.
No, yeah.
Dave 40, Matt 50. Okay, Matt up 51. Starting to
31% of the chips in play.
Yeah, starting to take a little bit of a stranglehold here at the table. Actions on Diva. Ace 8. Out of there.
All right, we got some better hands this time.
Drew's all in. That's just I'm all in.
He is.
And
Matt with the Queen 4, no good. Dave, King Queen, I mean, he wants to count. He's got 38,000 though. It's going to be 10,000 to call. It's not quite. It's a little more than a quarter.
He's in for 2,000 in the pot.
Yeah, well, you always tell me not to count the ante.
No, I'm just you don't. Not towards your math, but
he's in for 1,000.
Yeah, he's in. He's got 1,000 out there for the big blind.
He's got 99 to call. 99 problems, and King Queen ain't one.
This is a really close spot.
I know.
Like I think 7K it's an auto call, and 14K it's an auto fold.
It's literally right in the middle.
Yeah, I mean I think King Queen suited is probably your call-in.
I think King Queen, you're right. The line there could go right between one of those two. It's either King Queen suited. Oh, he's going to make the call.
He is calling. It's really.
I like it. I think it's a good call.
With the hand, the chip stack is like, they're both like right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a stronger hand, you don't really care about the chips. If you got less chips, you don't really care about the hand. But it is a 60-40.
I mean, this is what Dave wanted, right? The only thing
he
could have got better is if he had Queen Jack and then Drew was just super dominated. That would be your best.
Or Dave's,
that's pretty rare, you know.
Or like 10s, 9s, 8s. Maybe you just got a pair. And
sure.
But yeah. 10-5-5. Whole lot of squadouche. And a 3-ball.
Threes. Dave's down to a king or a queen. 10s and 3s with an ace. 10s and 5s with an ace.
With an ace. There's the payouts.
Paid out 7th already.
It's because we started the stream 7-handed.
Oh, right. So all of those places already got paid.
Yes.
So just in case you folks know, you do get paid 100%, $100 minimum for showing up and playing the free roll.
All you got to do is show up.
And you got a chance to win 1,000.
I mean, that's like gas money, ping pong money, and lunch money.
And you're already about 10 minutes from the bird. So like worst case scenario, you get 2 bullets in the bird and an add-on. And gas money, and maybe lunch if you do like the dollar menu at McDonald's.
Right. Stay away from like Panera.
You know how I know my dad's getting old? I talked to him yesterday, and he's like, I stopped at McDonald's to have lunch, and I was just like, why are you telling me?
Because it cost him $14, and he had no idea.
13. Yeah. He was like, it was 13. I remember my day, Big Mac, fries, and a Coke, and I only get the medium because I'm not paying any extra. I can just go refill myself. And I'm thinking, all of these shit is never anything he's ever told me before. And then he was just like, $13 and change and the Big Macs aren't even as big as they are. I was just like, oh man. At what point does everybody turn into that?
Yeah.
Like old guy. I love when he calls me. He's like, oh, Shanahan's got gas for $4.19. I was like, Dad, I'm not driving to Shanahan, Harvey say it,
for an extra 10
for
cents.
20 cents.
Like, if you fill up the car, it's 15 gallons.
Come on.
It saves you, what, $3?
Montana's got gas for $2.80. You want me to drive there? Anyways, A7 versus A7. They both flop an ace. Looked like David checked and called, and then they end up checking it the rest of the way down. So, that's pretty good.
Yeah, same hand.
I think
this does look like David bet 2K in the river, and Matt called, and then they just
good.
jumped.
Good call, Matt. 9 did pair, so I guess at that point you're really hoping for... It's always
You're
weird
just
when
playing the ace.
Yeah.
Big old clump in the middle here. 22, 22, 23, 28. Then you got a couple outliers on the top and the bottom. And Tommy's not even that far.
You get a 17,000 stack to double up here. He goes to second in chips.
And if it's off of Matt, it's probably chip
kind of I think that's the great and the awful thing about sit and goes is because there's not a ton of chips in play. Like, the amount of chips available to the players is not that high. So, literally, we're six-handed. Bottom stack can go to second stack, almost first stack. If he hits the chip leader for a double up, he's now tied for the chip lead.
All right, Drew with kings. Alert, alert. We actually have a big hand.
You always have ace queen and ace queen. Why am I making boo-boo noises?
I don't know. All right, so actions on Tommy.
Tommy's got ace queen suited. No, actions on Matt currently. Matt folded. I got you. Tommy with the ace queen suited. He's our short stack. He's going to do the stop and go play.
He's raising.
But he's stopping. He didn't go all in.
Yep.
That was my stop and go play here. Do you
85.
Like that terminology?
No, it's wrong, but
Dave
it's okay.
folds the offsuit ace queen. Huh. I see what happened. Drew made it 2,600. Yeah. I missed that.
Tommy 3-bet.
Tommy 3-bet, which means Dave's ace queen really shrivels up. Look at him. Nice.
He's fist pumping.
That's good.
Yep. So Drew shoves. Tommy obviously calls. He put in half his chip stack. Never going to fold.
No.
And we have a 70-30 here. It's crazy that ace queen suited wins 32%.
Yeah.
Seems like
suited. Probably get a little bump from the suits.
You do.
He's got one suit out there.
Queen.
Now he's got a queen. Would have been nice if it was the queen of clubs, but then that would have been a misclick.
Yeah, we don't want it to be the
queen of clubs. I don't want it to be the queen of clubs. All right, Tommy's eliminated. Drew gets a fantastic double up.
Yeah.
Goes to second in chips, almost our chip leader. It's exactly what we talked about. Sit and go poker is different. Sit and go poker is so much different than multi-table tournaments.
It is, because there's no chips in play, and we're dealing with 60-40s and 70-30s and small edges, and this is why
kind of hard.
Single sit and goes are. I mean, I don't want to say they're pretty luck ran.
Well, I feel
the worst player could win by just running good.
The sit and go tournament got popularity during online poker.
Correct.
Because it was so nice because they were short, they were fast.
You can play multiple.
I played 110s, 115s? How much were those $100 sit and goes?
109s.
109s on party poker is what I played religiously, and I would play one or two, and then if I got where I was close to money, I would immediately rip another one, so I can basically now I'm trying to free-rolling the second one.
Yep.
And then sometimes you get what 700 for first. They were 10-handed then.
Yeah,
it was 10-handed.
7-3 basically.
Yeah, it was 7-300. That was always good. I felt like for $100 tournament to win 700 felt like a huge. That was a big winner.
Yeah.
Especially when you were making $1,000 a week.
Absolutely.
I mean, a $600 winner seems great. Now, I never actually cashed any of that out.
No, you lose it all eventually.
I just played 7 more sit and goes with it.
Right.
And my sit and go ratio was apparently not better than 50%.
No, probably not.
Voluntary put and pop. Matt is our highest.
And that is true. Matt has been limping a lot. He's been voluntarily. And he's had a lot of hands to do it.
I feel like he's the only one that's really kind of pushed the limp trains off the rails here.
Yeah.
Right? He's the only one that's really made some moves with
He's also started them, but he's also
he's finished them.
I think it's a good balance here.
I think he's not falling into the trap of just the calling station.
All right, so we're up 6-12. The small blind moves to 6 because we're 5-handed. Dave is raising.
The ante.
The small blind, or the big blind ante moves to raise.
5.
Small blind ante. Well, 6 on it because the blinds went up.
I meant there were 5 players left.
Yeah, 5 players left.
Which is nice. Now, do a lot of tournaments do that now?
A lot.
Is that like a more standard play?
I think
like,
so.
Does the WSOP, WPT, MSPT?
I think they do, but it's the final 5, like, total.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I mean, we just started with 9, so it gets there a lot quicker. Dave C-bets with ace jack high. Dive mucks the ace 6 suited.
Rightfully so.
And Dave takes it down.
It was a nice sunny
So now
day.
we kind of got, it was the sun was blaring through the
sunlight.
The
skylight.
Skylights, yeah. So we got 2 kind of upper stacks, a middle stack, and 2 kind of lower stacks. But again, it's anybody's game. That's what sit and goes are.
Even 5-handed.
And I think that's kind of what attracted, new players to sit and goes too. Is like they aren't that hard to win because you can sun run. I mean, you win 2 double ups. And you got a lot of chips.
It's a little overwhelming for new players to play in an online tournament. And just going online days. Because really that's when the sit and go was like in its prime.
Correct.
I played more sit and goes because I was much more comfortable just playing against 9 or 10 players than trying to play a big full tilt poker tournament with like 3,000 people. Granted, it only
there's
cost
so many
me
different stages.
$5 to get in.
Yeah. Time commitments and everything. Just a daunting task of running through an entire tournament. So Drew is raising with the king 6 on the button. Dave's defending in the big blind with ace deuce. Checks through on the flop instantly. 3 spades out there. Drew does have a 6. He does have the 6 of spades. He's got it kind of,
Drew put out. Oh, he did put.
He did put out a bet. He put out about a 5K,
which I thought was a overbet, but it's really just the pot.
Yep.
Oh, and Dave even picked up the deuce there.
He did.
Bottom pair.
But he gets away from it. Not many rivers Dave loves there. That's the issue with putting money in on the turn.
Correct.
Even if you're good with a
even
deuce.
You get 2 pairs. Even an ace. Even an ace comes. You're a little nervous because Matt had raised pre-flop.
And by Matt, you mean Drew. But yes, we're getting there.
Sorry.
That's okay. Time to take a little chair back there. All right. And here we go.
I got the hiccups.
I hear that.
I can't get rid of them.
You know what you do with the hiccups. No, that's not what I do. You don't try and kill yourself. Okay. Whatever the hell that was, that's not what it is. And your boy Mark actually taught me this. So, you're supposed to think of zebras, the stripes on zebras.
Okay.
While concentrating on your fingers like this and putting them as close as you can get without touching. And you do that while you think of the stripes on zebras. And you just keep doing that. I'll take us through this hand here. I saw one hiccup, and we're not going to have another one now. You just got to like, are you thinking of zebra stripes?
Trying to.
Okay. So, Dave.
I'm imagining a flock of zebras running, which maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I should just think about one zebra.
Well, one zebra and its stripes. I don't know, but I think it's all in the concentration of your fingers. But it works for me every single time. Dave takes down the pot with ace 7 there. Either that or chugging water or hanging upside down. Here, those are all remedies.
All of those are good. Yeah. Good outs.
Zebras didn't work. Of course, Mark's thing didn't work. All right, 5 left. Nobody in immediate trouble.
Nobody's in the death zone yet. Drew still got 15 big blinds, 14 big blinds. Damn it. I will say, though, Drew has not gotten very many good hands.
Drew has not gotten very many good hands.
He is quite card dead. I mean, everybody at this table, once they see it, they're going to realize how card dead they've been in general.
Right, and they even noted it. They're like, man, this has been a pretty boring table. And, like, there really hasn't been too many hands. And every time there has been 2 hands, do we have a mistake again with Kuba and the chips? This is, all right, we're just making a change. All right, so we have a limped, Dave limped a button with Jack 10. And then the small blind completes and the big blind checks.
So you got Jack 10 versus 6-3. They all flop a piece of this flop.
And they all check.
Diva's definitely looking a lot better here with the Jack of clubs.
Yep. I agree with that statement.
She bets it out. Kuba's out of there. We could see a call from Dave here. I mean, he's got second pair. Into a limped pot. Dave's going to see a river.
Yep. And rightfully so.
Not a club, it's a chop.
It's a club, not a chop.
Good thing Dave didn't have...
Diva bets again. I mean, she has the jack-high flush. What do you expect?
Third nuts. Dave doesn't like it. 4 flushes are the worst.
They are, because it's just, so likely that they have it when they're betting, but it just seems like they're always just bluffing. It's insane. All right. This is kind of a part of the tournament where, the stacks have caught up a little bit. But, 2 levels from now, everyone is kind of short. So this is kind of the, the middle part of moving range of the tournament. It's kind of the
end of the moving levels here, right?
I mean, chips are going to have to start moving here at some point.
You ever get to sit and go and, like, the one guy's got, like, all of the chips in play and you're back to just your original 10,000 that you started with? Yeah, you're just chilling. He's got, like, 8 to 1.
Mm-hmm. All right, Matt's out of there. Dave's out of there. We're on to Diva with the ace-6 on the button. Call. Kuba calls. Drew with Squadoosh again. Okay, but now Kuba did raise here. That is a raise, and now Drew's like, oh, he's raising? So we got to raise to 36. Drew's out of there. Diva's out of there. And rightfully so. If you're going to limp the ace-6, you're going to be folding to a huge raise like that.
For sure.
And I think Kuba just put his foot in the ground and said, I'm raising. I've been sitting here for 3-4 orbits and folding. I can rep it here. And he does, and he takes it down.
6-12, got to be getting close. Good Lord. We got to be getting close to a blinds going up again, right?
I had the hiccups last week for the first time in like years. Years. And it is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I can't seem to get rid of them.
Diva calls. Kuba's out of there. Drew with 6-3. Just a whole lot of squadoosh.
The guy's just got no cards.
And this hand's kind of awkward because Matt's big blind hand got mucked because he was in the washroom. So there goes Matt's hand.
I can understand the calling with 6-3 when you know that the big blind's not going to raise there. You just flop a 6. Bet a call.
Diva's got a gutty. I think they both just realized that neither of them kind of have an ace or a king. Obviously, it's much easier for Drew to play now when he binks his gin card on the turn. Yeah. And Diva has, the worst of it, which is just a gutter ball. She's laughing. Oh, you play with 6 and you turn 6.
You play 6 and you make a 6.
Make 2 6s.
Nice pot for Drew, and that was I think it only happened because Matt was in the bathroom. If Matt was in the bathroom, I firmly believe he would have mucked and not put in any more chips. And then
Matt would have checked, and it would have been Matt versus Diva for that pot.
Free money. We don't know. We have no idea what Matt would have had.
Yeah, Matt asked me. He's like, "What did I have?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I wasn't behind the computer."
Ace-4 suited. Ace-deuce suited.
Ace-deuce suited's out of there. A little bit of a tight fold, but you know what? Some people just aren't comfortable playing those low deuces, and when they aren't comfortable, you can just fold and lose 0 chips, and sometimes that's okay. Matt's in there. Dave's checking. Spades versus spades.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Sal was trying to deal it like it's a 1-3 game. I was like, slow down a little bit there, kid. All right, so Matt with an open-ender. Dave with bottom pair. Both with backdoor spade draws. Check, check. Table was running a little.
Turns at 2.
This is the part where the table is just like, it's getting there, but it would pop yellow for a second, and then it would get there.
Ooh, the angry
splash. The angry. And it is a 2. That is Matt's gin card. And a good river for Matt.
Yeah.
And Matt checks it, I think, was trying to induce a bluff from Dave. And Dave said, I got a pair of 4s, kid. I check back.
Maybe he was hoping he had 2 pair, and that's why he was aggravated that there's 4 to a straight out there.
Yeah. The chips got away from him a little bit. All right, Matt and Drew at the top. sitting next to the dealer. But then Diva, Dave, and Kuba all just a double away. And again, I can kind of see how these sit-and-go structures promote tightness. Because you're only just one hand away.
Correct.
I mean, these guys are at basically starting stack in the tournament, 2.5 hours in, and they're a double up away from being chip leader. Drew's having a laugh about God knows what.
Kuba's going to raise with the king 10. Still got the hiccups, folks. Sorry about that. We might just call it the hiccup free roll.
Hiccup free roll. And Dave's going to complete, and Diva's checking. And 3 ways. And a lot of blinds being able to play their hands. Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
Good now.
And we're good. Bam. The turns were a little...
Turns a 4?
Yeah, how can you see that? You got good eyes.
Yeah.
And the river's a deuce.
Dave's ahead with his 4. Looks like we're going to get checked down.
I think Dave wins.
Dave wins with the 4.
Dive at 10 high. Kuba king high. Kind of that's in Dave's wheelhouse there, and takes it down with the 4. And those small pots that you can just take down with bottom pair, third pair, those start ending up in these sit-and-go settings.
Absolutely.
Because, there is an ante out there. There's free blinds out there.
It's 5,000 chips.
You're getting whacked for blinds in 40% of the hands you play, right? 2 out of every 5 hands, you got to put chips out.
Mm-hmm.
So it is pretty imperative that you do take down pots.
Drew finally with a suited shitty hand.
We're happy, Drew. You got 6-5 of clubs, and we're happy.
I know. We're like, Drew, get it in there.
And he folds, and Matt's out of there. And we got another limp from the button to 16 from Dave with the 9-6. And Diva calls, and he checks. And I think this is where Dave's just aware that this is going to go and he can see a flop. And I think he, instead of taking the aggressive, I'm going to raise and take it down approach, he's taking the, well, I know they're going to go call
Correct.
Check, so I'm going to get in there with the 69 of hearts. Nobody flops a pair.
Nobody flops a pair. A lot of backdoor flushes for Diva and Dave. Checks around.
Jack ball. Kuba with a jack.
Gives Jack the winner, or gives Kuba the winner with a jack. Dave's betting into him.
Dave trying to take it down.
Put a little bluff out there. A little bluff catcher.
Kuba says, not so fast, sir.
Ooh, 9's a bad card for Dave. Gives him second pair.
But it does go check, check. Kuba could have got some value there. He didn't. It's tough to just, know that Dave has a 9.
Right.
But, as the hands got flipped over, Kuba might have been able to get another little bet there on the river.
Well, especially knowing that Dave just rivered his top pair. Yeah, for sure.
In that spot.
However, Dave is our most aggressive player, followed by Diva. Matt, Kuba, and Drew are basically all the same.
Yeah. Not basically.
Okay, pretty close to all the same. Diva was 38%.
I thought you were saying the 3 tied were pretty close to the same. Those are pretty close.
Those are the same.
Yeah, they all are kind of the same. All right, action's on Matt. Jack 6 under the gun. He's out of there. Dave with the king 10.
I hate to say Dave's getting hit in the face with the deck because he's the only one
with the king 10.
Yes, honestly.
Dave, you're getting dealt 2 cards above a 10. You're getting hit in the face with the deck.
It's just how bad the cards have been. Did you just go all in? Or make a bet?
Kuba's wondering about his chips again. He was watching the Dahmer documentary.
Oh, really?
Or the Dahmer thing on YouTube, or on Netflix,
Yeah.
So he was watching that, so, he was not really paying too much attention. Because, guys were getting murdered, and he was watching it. Look at this. Ace, deuce. Dave's going to bet the flop. And Drew with the 69 can't do too much.
Cannot.
So Dave's taking out a lot of pots here. A lot of small ones, but, enough to keep him afloat. And we are up 8-16 now. 8-16, 8. And it's on Dave, and Dave's out of there. We don't even need to see it.
Drew with 6s in there.
And Diva with Queen Jack of Hearts. And Matt with an ace. So, wow. And Drew calls. And Matt checks. So, again, limping with the Queen Jack, allowing these cards to get in there. And again, she flops a gutter. Matt flops 2 pair.
Top and bottom.
Yep. And Drew with Squadouche. Matt's happy. Matt's betting.
Yeah, you got to bet your top and bottom when there's 2 clubs out there.
Yep. And Matt wins. And again, $7,500, $7,700 chip pot. I can't do good math, but I'm assuming there was only, 180,000 in play? It's good math.
Yeah, 20 times 9. It's correct. Good God.
Maybe get some water.
I think I'm going to get some water. I'll be back, folks. Brandon's in charge.
Sweet. Timestamp that. 1 hour and 5 minute mark. I'm in charge. All right, action's on Diva. She's out of there. Moving on to Kuba with the 5-4 spades. He's going to limp. And Drew with 7s. I feel like 7's on the button here. Drew just found some chips. Yeah, 5K, I believe. Yeah, he does make it 5K. And then Matt's out. And then Dave's out with a 10-6. And then Kuba says goodbye to the 5-4. And then Drew takes it down. Nice result for the 7s there. And Drew had the button. Drew had the best hand. I mean, I like the raise. Punish the limpers. Especially at a very limp, happy table that this is. Everyone's going to showdown at about the same rate, between 25 and 35%. And hand number 43 coming at you guys. Drew's out of there. Matt's out of there. Dave's limping the 85 and diving the big blind with the 10-4.
Yeah, small blind, big blind special here.
And here we go. No luck.
Not yet. I haven't drank any water yet.
All right.
Big ace on the flop.
Whole lot of squadouche. Check instantly. And I believe we're going to go check. And check. Dave goes, can you beat 8 high? She goes, actually, I can.
By 2.
I got 10 high. Yes. Very good. And a much-needed pot for Diva as she was getting short.
A little one there.
You'll take all the cheapies you can get. 10 high, no problem. I'll take it down. Matt and Drew kind of running away with it a little bit.
Which is impressive considering Drew's cards have been really bad.
Yeah, he did. He was able to, the hand you left, Koopa limped and he had 7s on the button and made it 5,000. Everyone folded. So he did pick up a little bit of chips in the hand you missed. Moving on. Matt's out of there. Dave's out of there. Dive's out of there. And Koopa takes down the pot.
Best hand wins. King 3 was the best hand.
And Koopa's sitting on starting stack. Again, you'll take those walks.
Yep, for sure.
For sure.
Eight big blinds left for Diva. 13 big blinds left for Koopa. So he's starting to get into that area where...
He is.
Well, in about a few minutes here, when the blinds go up to 1-2...
Right. I mean, there's not like a tornado touchdown, but like the weatherman's like telling you, like, be aware. You know, no tornado warnings, no sirens yet, but
stop paying attention.
Under the gun. Out of there. Dave. Out of there.
God,
Diva.
these are the
out of
worst
there.
hands I've
Koopa,
ever seen.
Out of there. Drew. Don't even need to see him because you win, kid. This is about the point I texted you and was like, there's a lot of not hands.
A lot of not hands.
Yeah. Ooh, backlights went on. There's the coveted ping pong table just lighting up in the background. CCG World Headquarters, Center Court. All right, action's on Dave.
Thank the Lord. We finally see an 8. And 2 aces.
And 7s. And a pocket pair. And King Jack.
Massive hand.
Dave's out of there with one of the aces. Diva's on deck. She says 13,600. I'm all in.
We might see a
Look at her. She's laughing. Cuba. She goes, I'll go play at the bird.
Oh, she gets the 7 to fold. Down to Matt, who's not going to call a 5-6 offsuit.
She wins. And I think right here, if you look,
I had 7s.
I had 7s, and then Drew goes, "You folded 7s?"
She goes, "I had 1 over."
Look at Drew. Drew's laughing. 7s.
7s.
I'm not folding.
That's the best looking hand I've seen in 2 days.
Everyone's kind of laughing.
All right, Dave's still getting the best hands by far. King, Queen suited.
Dave's getting hit in the deck.
Getting hit in the face with the deck.
Drew, Queen 8. Wow. This seems kind of a big one for Drew.
Yeah, he's starting to push people. He's tired of the limps.
He is, and he's got chips now.
Oh, Dave is also tired of the limps.
And Drew's like, I finally raise a hand. I finally pick up something that's, semi-respectable here. I raise, and then Dave just clobbers 24,000 into me. And I mean, Queen 8 offsuit here is obviously a fold in a real setting. I mean, maybe he just wants to gamble because it's a free roll and it's he's to that point of the tournament for himself. But he is in the tank a little bit here. I mean, he obviously knows he's behind and it's an incorrect call. However,
24,000 to call seems like a lot.
It does.
That might have been a touch of Hollywood there.
Yes. Save face for the camera.
Even though we know what you've called with, so it's like you're clearly not calling here.
Right. All right. Moving on to the next one. You got any picks to click from what you've seen so far? I mean, you don't know what happens.
I don't.
So
I don't.
What's your honest? It's nice. What do you think? There's 5 left. You can make a lot of assessments here.
I would probably go with Dave at the particular moment. I feel like he's playing good poker. He's also getting some better hands than the rest of the folks, so I feel like maybe the poker gods are with him a little bit.
Okay. Jack 5 against 10-9. A nice little coin flip.
It's got a lot of face cards. Maybe a 10 out there.
What, even though Jack 5 off is a better hand than Diva, you'd much rather play with 10-9.
The 10-9 plays better.
It does. And Dave just ripped it on the flop. They
All
flopped.
in?
Yeah. I got a Jack. Well, Diva, remember, has 14,000, so it's effective 14-4.
Right.
Diva flopped a 10 and folded.
Jews are a big winner so far since the start. Good Lord. Since the start of our final table, featured table.
Final table, feature table.
Featured final table.
Oof.
That's better.
That's even better. I think this was a good group. They were very appreciative. Everyone came in just like knowing they were going to Warrenville, realizing it was free money, excited to be on the stream. It was a good group.
Enjoying the play.
Everybody left with a smile. Well, everybody but one left with a smile, which is pretty good in poker.
That's true.
Yeah. In poker, usually 9 out of the 10 people lose, so. All right, we have blind versus blind. All right, so now, interesting enough, Dave, after taking the aggressive route, now limped the button with ace-queen. Maybe hoping that Diva would shove.
Yeah.
But Diva had better thoughts and got out of the way. And now Kuba's getting
no gutter ball.
5 chances at making a pair. Check, 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 check. Dave wins with ace high.
It's always nice to win with ace high.
It's just nice to win pots.
Yeah, it's true. I don't care what it is.
You see what they do now in these Texas games?
No.
Where they're doing the stand-up game to start the stream, where, you can't sit down until you win a pot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, start the streams. So, there's people that end up standing for an hour. Because,
You haven't won a pot.
You haven't won a pot, and you only get, 30 hands in an hour, if that, on the stream? Kuba, ace, king.
Let's see if he's got any second best cards here.
All right, Matt, under the gun, out of there. Dave,
not a lot of good
out of
ones.
there. Diva, out of there.
It's going to be a walk. Or he's going to bet, and then, we're not
going to limping now.
Oh, I like the limp move. Induce some Drew action.
Oh, baby, and he does. Gets it through.
7,000 all day. Blinds did go
Kuba's
up to
only got
1,000,
17.
2,000. Kuba's going to put it in there. Twice now, Drew's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar with a queen 8 and a queen 9.
This one's especially miserable because you put in 7,000, which is kind of an obnoxious number to put in 7,000 and fold. Same thing would have happened if you raised to 5,000, right? Or 6,000. So Drew did lose additional chips by sizing up there and getting trapped by Kuba. It is painful to put in 7,000 and fold for 12,000 more, but when you're behind, you're behind. And Drew still has a comfortable 38,000, which is 19 big blinds. All right, so blinds are up, as Ken noted. 1-2 with a 1. And now this is kind of moving time now.
Now everybody's at like 10 big blinds.
Right, even your biggest stack has 25 bigs, which is fine, which is great. But when that's your chip leader, that's when you know...
Chips are going to start moving.
They are. Oh, I did click something here. I clicked something here. I didn't know what I clicked, and now we're mystery hand for everybody.
Oh, nice. I mean, I saw everybody had.
Did you? Do you know what anybody has here?
Yeah, there was a couple of good hands. I saw an ace 8
suited. That's got to be Kuba, or Matt, or Dave.
What'd you click?
Like turn off GXF or whatever. Didn't really realize I clicked it until I was like, is this still highlighted? Just one hand. I realized my mistakes. Checks through. Ace 8 suited has to be the best hand here. Checks through again. Ace 8 suited.
I think the 8's going to be a winner here.
Ooh, the 9 of diamonds is kind of scary. Winner. That's Ace 8. Dave with it. There it all is.
What a mystery hand.
There it is. Kuba turned a flush draw.
Ooh.
5 remaining. There is no pay jump. It is still 200 for fifth. And we have Diva with 7 big blinds.
A little less.
8-6 ain't going to do it. Kuba, let's see how he plays a weak ace. He's out of there. Drew with the 4 deuce. Nothing new there. All right, Matt.
Down to the only 2 halfway decent hands here.
And I think we get a halfway decent flop here for the
check
King Jack.
Call.
Look at that.
King Queen 7. They each flop a pair. Matt with the top pair. Dave with middle pair. Both with decent kickers.
Yep. Check.
Let's get like a 9.
How about a jack?
Jack's good.
That is good. So now Matt has kings and jacks. Dave, second pair of queens with an open ender. Double checks his hand. Yep, you got a 10 with that queen. 2,500 from Matt, and Dave comes along, and rightfully so.
I like it.
10,000 chip pot. 6 ball on the river. A heart
so
gets there.
Close to a 9.
Check. Matt happy to just take down the 10K pot.
Yeah,
with
not
the
a lot of
kings and
showdown
jacks.
value after that one.
What are you going to do? Bet the river and hope what calls you.
Yep. Well, in worst case, you get raised.
Yeah.
And you really can't call anything. All right, Matt is our current chip leader, followed by Dave, who's fallen a little bit. Drew right there at 36. Kuba 23-1, and Diva is our short stack.
She is 7 bigs. This is about, in our tornado analogy.
And she's the big blind this hand.
Yeah.
So
the sirens are off. The sirens.
you can see the tornado.
Yeah, you can. You can at least hear it. Maybe you can't see it.
I mean, you might be hiding in the basement.
Yeah, you're in the basement right now listening to the radio.
Better get your ass out on the porch or something, because otherwise you're in trouble. Your house is about to be gone.
And here comes Hurricane Matt. We moved to hurricanes now. Tornado Matt is going to raise.
Mystery hand. Dave with the Jack 9 is not going to play into a raised pot. Diva probably not going to see much with the 10 deuce, which stinks.
And I think Matt had jacks here.
I mean, doesn't really matter. 10 deuce, not much you can do there.
Jacks.
All right, Diva's down to 5 big blinds because she just paid 2.
So now you can see here the tornado. Now you're spinning. You are in the air.
And the worst thing is she's down to 5 big blinds. She's going to have to put $1,000 into this pot just to see the next hand. So I would say this hand she could still fold because she's going to get a couple free hands after it. So it's not to that point. But basically, within the next 3 hands, she's going to have to get it all in.
Correct. Before she hits this big blind again.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. All right, Drew with the ace-9. Drew's raising it up to 4,000. Okay, we see our first kind of standard double here from Drew. Matt's out. Dave with the Jack-8 suited is going to play along on the button. Has position, has Brandon's favorite hand in his second favorite suit.
Nice.
Because we all know clubs hit the most flushes. I see a jack in the window. Oof. Queen Jack 9.
Not great for your Jack 8.
No.
Diamonds. For an all-black flop.
Checks
Gonna get
through.
checked through, though, yeah.
I mean, Kuba has squadouche, and Drew's got bottom pair. So, I mean, Dave is looking very solid. Check, check, check again. We are finding out it's the 3 of hearts. And the ace of spades, Drew finds the best hand on the river.
2 pair.
And he's throwing out one of those baby blue 5K chips, trying to get called. And we're on Dave now. Kuba checks, yes, 5,000 from, and then Dave folds, and Kuba folds. And
yeah.
There goes to Dave. And then Kuba's out. And that's a good, way to realize you're beat by Dave.
True.
Dave realized he was beat with the jack
right.
to Drew, and Dave folded. Dave with the highest VPIP. And I think Kuba with the lowest. And I mean, those stats do check out.
Pretty close, yeah.
All right. Action is on Dave. Lied. Action's on Matt.
All right. Matt with the ace queen.
Calling.
I mean, he's under the gun. I don't dislike that play.
I mean, yeah, as the chip leader. But here we go. Diva has to make her stand with the king 9. And again, maybe these guys are limping the bigger hands because you know that she's inevitably going to have to shove here.
Right.
And Matt flips over the ace queen.
She's really not that bad off.
It's not. You'll take the spot. Diva wants the spot. Get in with 2
in my mind,
cards.
it's 60-40. I know it's a little worse than that, but
yeah.
Probably because they're sharing that heart. It's weird to think that if you're sharing a suit like that your odds go down slightly. I mean, you don't have any 4 flushes at that point.
Diva's standing, code on.
Are you a stand?
I'm never a
stand all upper?
I am not.
I don't either.
She flops a gut ball. Dave flops a queen. She turns a 9.
9 queen.
And river's a king.
What?
Runner, nothing funner. Diva scores a full double up off of Matt. And look at that. She went from life support to 11 bigs.
It's pretty good.
It is, because one more double up and she's chip leader. So, there's that.
All right, so she survives.
She does.
Still in the tornado warning area.
Right.
Affecting these counties. Seat number 4,
Like the first,
5, and 6.
The first one missed, but now there's like round 2.
There's another boss coming up here. What's Dave pointing at? What are you looking at? Dave's pointing at Drew. Drew doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, this is where they think the button is wrong. But I'm like, guys, I have the computer.
Computer's never wrong.
The computer doesn't move the button twice, unlike the dealer. So the button's right.
Drew continues a streak of just bad hands with the 7 deuce.
Dave under the gun is out of there. Diva, fresh off a double up, isn't going to get frisky with the 5-3 diamonds, and I don't blame her.
That's good. I would.
Yeah, you're like, all right, let's ride this rush, baby.
Raise it again.
Okay, Drew is going to complete with the 7 deuce offsuit. You know, probably just trying to show it down when he flops nothing and bets and Matt folds.
Yep.
Matt checks the a6.
Surprisingly, the 7 deuce has a lot of showdown value.
7 versus a 6.
It's great right now. 2,300.
And Matt's going to call. Matt does have backdoor clubs. The ace of clubs. I mean, Drew does
6.
too, but Matt certainly can't fold to one wager. Deuce. You know
so
what?
Good.
Drew says, I'm going to play 7 deuce.
This is how you play 7 deuce?
Yeah, this is.
Makes a big bet. Hoping he's on clubs. Maybe he's got ace something clubs.
This is 7,600 here?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I mean, there's 10,000 in the pot before he bet that. I think that I might have been too much going to price him out. I think this is one of those ones where you want to call. God, can you imagine if you had ace 5 of clubs here? That would be the nuts.
And Drew does take it down. I think he showed
7 deuce. Did he show the 7 deuce?
He did.
Yeah, look
He
at this
did.
the smile on his face there.
Enjoying. That was the two chip leaders going at it. They flip-flopped after that pot. Moving on.
All right, Diva with a pretty good ace there. Well.
All right, so Kuba is making. He's limping with the king 4. Weird. I can't get a read on him. Like it's almost like just randomly decides like, all right, I'm gonna play this one.
I'm gonna do something here.
So he does limp, and then Matt completes. Dave checks. Matt top 2. Sheesh. Instantly checks through though. Matt says no more checking.
Dave instantly folds before we can even get out the flop cam.
And Kuba's gone too.
Yeah, neither one of them caught any
anything.
whiff of that flop.
It's tough to play when you don't have anything.
Actually, it's not. It's very easy to
You just
not.
fold?
Yeah, you just don't play.
Right. That's why it's tough to play.
That's the answer. I guess that's a good way to. Either way.
It's those both.
Actually,
both of those
it's very
statements
easy
are
to
true.
play. You just don't. Yeah. Or it's very difficult to play
because you don't get
can't.
to play. Yes.
All right, our pre-flop raisers is Dave and Diva are our top 2, which I would say kind of tracks pretty true.
Yep.
I mean, obviously the statistics don't lie, but like just the feeling of the table.
The feeling of it, and it does feel like Matt has limped a lot, punished when he could, but Matt is definitely limping, which is why he's least. But that's why his VPIP's so high because he is limping as he folds.
Jack 8, King 7, King 3.
And Matt's out of there, and we're going to go heads up blind versus blind. Again.
It's hard to put a read on people, blind versus blind.
They can have anything.
2, 5, 6.
Nobody's got a pair. Check, check.
Turns to 10, still no pairs.
No clubs.
1 club for Diva.
Diva has a club.
7 of clubs. But Dave's going to bet it out, and Diva is going to get rid of it.
You got it.
Kind of hard to call a 4 flush with a 7 of clubs.
Yeah. No. And king high. Nothing really to go with it.
Nah. Not ideal.
No. When I'm dreaming happy poker dreams, that's not in there.
That's not in there.
All right. Moving on. Hand 59. A record amount of hands. Blinds are up. 15-3 with a 15. Last level of blacks and...
So now we're really in the point of the tournament where players, 5-handed, you're forced to play. Like, we should see a lot of players start to drop out now.
Or at least chips get flying around. I mean, maybe shorties double up and stuff, but I mean, there's definitely should be people being put at risk here.
Kuba with an ace is going to make a move. Yep, he's all in, which I like it.
And I think Matt's just gambling here.
Oh, he did call. I like the call.
Me too. Matt's gambling.
It's 50-50. Like, this is a good bet. At some point, you're going to have to win flips.
You are.
And I'd be happy as shit to have Jack 10 against a mystery hand and be 50-50.
I mean,
Sounds great.
You're speaking a whole bunch of facts here.
A lot of facts. Speaking of truth, no Ken.
And if you're Kuba, you're looking down at the ace of clubs and you're saying, "Hey, I'm all in. This is great.
Yeah.
Can't wait for first
If you're
spot."
that short stack and you see an ace, do you just instantly you don't even look at the other one,
right?
And then kind of sweat yourself when you flip it over. Ace, Jack, Deuce. We would have seen it all in on the flop no matter what.
5 ball, 6 ball.
Kuba's good.
Kuba's good. Matt graciously says, "Nice hand."
Good hand.
Kuba fires back up to Dahmer. It's like, I guess I'll watch another episode.
I can watch a little bit more.
Which, by the way, I couldn't make it through the first episode.
Lindsay said it was pretty scary. I haven't seen it yet.
I just like felt like queasy about
Yeah,
it.
she said it's a little much. It's a bit much.
It's a lot. I was like also like eating dinner, and it was like eating
terrible idea.
Yeah, it was. It's like I was like, Allison, let's turn this off. How about we watch?
King 4, Queen 7, Pocket 6s for Matt are no longer our chip leader.
But Matt, this is Matt. A flip just switched here, and Matt's all in for 31.5. And Drew's putting out the correct change before he folds. Okay, now I'm going to look. Okay, now he's got his blinds out there. Now he'll look, and he'll fold.
Yep. So I guess it got through for him, the 6s. I'm not a fan of going all in for 31,000. Although I guess it's 10 big blinds, so maybe it's not an awful play.
Hey, you just win right there, right? Put the players to the test.
I mean, in all honesty, if you think about it this way, though, on Matt's favor, if I have 6s, I want to see 5 cards for sure.
That's what
I don't want to see 3 cards.
Remember this from old podcast days? Unexploitable.
Yeah.
Can't be exploited when you go all in.
Well, and again, if he raises there, gets 1 caller, and the flop is King, Jack,
right.
5,
has no playability.
You're screwed.
And when you're this short,
like at that point, you got to flop a 6.
So you retract your statement and say it was a good all in.
I guess.
After thinking through it,
now that I look at it, maybe I was like 31,000 so much, but I get it. The blinds are 15-3. Like he's only got 10 big blinds. Like that's not a bad play. Sorry, Ken.
It's a
Good
little
play, Matt.
It's a little uncharacteristic the way that the table's playing to
Correct.
rip it for 31, but that's not saying it's wrong.
All right, we got a limp by 7s from Drew, and what do you know? Drew flops almost all unders.
So Kuba limped, and then it went complete check, and then check flop.
Ooh, man, kind of drawn bad there for Drew.
Yeah, and then now Drew decides to take a stand. Look
Both
at
of them
this.
have a jack.
Matt raises with the jack to 8.
Probably going to get Kuba to go all in.
Kuba's all in, and Matt snap folds.
Wow.
Matt raised to see where he was at.
Wow.
Knew where he was at, and folded.
I love that. That's kind of amazing play, Kuba. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of that.
And now Matt, 25,000 even. Lost half his chip stack with those 2. Kuba surges up to the chip leader. And this is why you hang around. Kuba's been 5 out of 6, then 4 out of 5. And then after Diva doubled up, he was the shorty. And now he's a chip leader, just like that. 2 hands. Bang, bang. Diva's out of there with the King 6. Kuba. And now Drew is raising with 7-6 on the button trying to steal. Matt is not in a folding mood anymore. No. And Matt rips it with the ace-5 and takes it down.
Which is great.
It is great. Now, Matt did see Drew put in 7,000 earlier and then fold to Kuba's all-in of 19. So I think Matt was like, you know what? This guy could be raising with Squadouche. And I just lost my last 3 hands, and I'm a little tilted, so I'm in there.
Yep. He's unexploitable this way.
You can't lose. Can't lose. Can't get exploited.
All in works every time except the last time.
Yeah, I said that at the blackjack table the other night, and the dealer laughed.
Nice.
It worked like 3 straight times.
I mean, sometimes it works.
Then it didn't work, and I said good night.
All right, we got an ace-jack from Matt. So Matt's starting to get some hands here. He's just going to limp in. Dave with the ace-5 suited. Oh, no. Yep. Dave's all in now, and then Matt's going to call him.
And now Matt gets... Matt folded.
Didn't call. Wow.
So we see the tale of 2 Matts, which is, screw it, I'm all in. I'm gambling with Jack 10. I'm re-raising with ace 5. But then when he gets some resistance from Dave, he mucks. And now maybe he just has a lot of respect for Dave, thinking that Dave's not going to shove there with anything worse than ace Jack.
Probably.
I mean, Dave maybe's realizing that Matt's playing every hand, so Dave shoved a little wider with ace 10.
Diva with 10s here. Matt's all in with the king 10. And Diva's definitely going to call it 14,000.
So then Matt mucks the ace jack, but then the next hand's right in there with ace 10. So I don't know if... Or king 10. I don't know if there's any method
it's an up
to the
and down
madness.
roller coaster
I think
here.
It's more just,
Maybe it's the idea of him being in control by going all in versus calling it all in.
I also think that he has a lot of respect for Dave's shoving range compared to the other three.
Mm-hmm. 70-30 on this one. A little unfortunate. Matt's got king 10 versus her 10s.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean a king can't come out.
There's 3 of them left.
Math checks out, folks. Looks like a 10. 3, 6, 8.
See the image on the top of the screen? 3 of them left.
Ooh, close.
You know, I always view it you see paint? Now it's 33% chance you get there. Because there's only 3 paint cards, and the king of them, one of them's a king. All right. And now Matt is our shorty with 6 bigs. And look at this. Even Kuba, 14 bigs is our chip leader. So the magic is beginning. The last hour of limping around and, playing careful and still 5 people remaining this deep is now going to cause for kind of madness here at the end.
What's going to cause madness?
The fact that the last hour was played so passively and nobody really exchanged any chips. Now we made it to 5 players still in. And Matt's all in. With the Queen Jack. Cards,
blackjack hand.
Dave's out of there with the 5-4.
I think Daiva
had a decision.
Kuba's not going to call. Drew is the wild card, but he's not calling 9 deuce. I mean, he did make a pretty sweet play with the 7 deuce, so I don't want to just call him out of it.
He did. Matt takes it down just like that, 24,000. Take down the blinds a couple times. I mean, what's out there? 6,000's out there for grabs?
7,500.
Small blind, Annie. 6,000.
6,000.
But I mean, hey, you take down 6,000 3 hands in a row.
That's 18,000.
It is. That math does check out.
And the blinds got to be, I mean, again, I know I keep saying it. Blinds are going up here shortly. So, I mean, 2-4. Actually, the jump from 15-3 to 2-4 doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, it really doesn't.
It's the 2-4 to 3-6 to 4-8.
Then that's
it's 2
where
levels of just over.
Just goes fast.
All right, Dave is all in with the 5s. Daiva's out. Kuba's out.
I think he's going to get it through here.
Drew's out. Matt calling. Screw it. I'm over this free roll. And Dave's like, wait a second. You got 2 overs? You're calling off with 8s?
Now, if you've seen this hand on Hustler Live, people would accuse you of cheating. He clearly must see the cards, because who else would call with 7-8 off there? Matt does.
And he's racing.
I don't care.
Dave's like, come on, man. Am I even ahead here?
I mean, Dave, barely.
You are.
Barely. Dave went from, oh, shit, to, oh, man, I'm good, to, oh, man, how did you call there?
Usually when
roller coaster
when you get snapped with 5s, it's not good news.
Yep. 9s are better.
Yeah.
You're just in trouble.
You're happy when they have ace king. But then it was so bad, you're unhappy because it's 8-7. Right.
That's funny.
And I mean,
he's getting 5. He's giving him the 5 whammy. 5 whammy. You don't need a 5, Dave. You just got to fade the middle cards.
I think this is a fun flop.
Oh,
6-5.
No, stop it.
Open ender.
The worst. Oh, it even hits an
8.
No.
4-9. Close, but no cigar.
Wow.
Matt's eliminated in 5th.
Matt went maybe a little on tilt there. I don't know what that was.
I think Matt was just over it.
Yeah. I'll take my 200.
I'll take my 200s.
I'm out of here.
I think he had enough time to just make it to the bird, which might have had a little bit to do with it.
Yep.
Because it was 3 o'clock.
That happens.
It was 3:15. I can get in the bird.
I get that.
And then there was 4.
And then there were 4.
And Dave with some newfound chips with the 5s. I think once Matt leaves the room, Drew goes, 8-7 off, huh?
Yep.
8-7 off, huh?
Well, I mean,
hey,
it wasn't a bad play.
To each their own. Yep, figuring out where the button is after a player's eliminated. Drew's wrong again. That's okay. No problem, Drew.
I mean, he's arguing it's his button?
I don't know. There were something with this, if there was a dead small, which...
Oh, I gotcha. Which there was.
Yes, there is.
Kuba and Dave. Dave's got the better hand so far. Jack 7-7. Looks like this is Kuba's pot to win. If he bets, I think he's going to win it.
Check.
Jack on the turn.
Check.
9. Dave's going to take this one down. I feel like if Kuba would have bet once here.
Yeah, first to bet.
First to bet is the winning hand.
I mean, the only way Dave ever wins is by checking it down, really. And he wins.
And to be good.
Yeah, Dave's just won a house full of chips with a pair of 5s and King High.
So, in really not anything spectacular happening, Drew went from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Just a couple of raised folds.
Yeah, he bet out that hand with 7s where Matt raised and then Kuba went all in. And then he opened with whatever when Matt shoved on him with ace-5. And just like that, you put in 6,000 a few times. Then you got your blinds.
All right. Dave's still with the best card so far.
Kuba out of there. Sal deciding if this card flashed. And he decides that it was flashed. And it's the King of Diamonds exposed. Which is important for Diva.
Yeah.
And Dave's going to go all in.
Jam it all in. Now she definitely can't call.
Nope.
One of my kings is dead. And Dave's now a massive chip leader. 43% of the chips in play.
Starting to accumulate.
He's hitting his stride at the good time.
He is. And now we are breaking it up. Break time. 10-minute break. Color up.
Oh, we don't do breaks in the A team's production. I just rip them through.
How do you color up?
Just do it while they're playing.
Oh, well, we still finished before you. I thought you guys did this out.
No, we'll stop and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks.
Hey. Yeah, A team doesn't get breaks from the free roll.
B, C team, whatever we are, D, F, whatever. We do a little color up break.
Minor leaguers,
Tommy needs to go
to
smoke. People got things to do on break. And then here we're arguing over if beetles have 2 intersections on their body or 3
intersections.
Not intersections. Like, what am I looking for? Like conjointion. Like, there's a head, then that's connected to the body, which is connected to the butt. That's 3. Whereas like a spider has like 1.
Right.
Whereas like a cockroach has 2 and a beetle has 3. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I know we talked about this once.
This is what we're arguing. This is what's currently going on.
All right, Diva with a suited jack, Dave with a suited king, and Kuba with an ace-7. And blinds are now 2,000, 4,000. So everybody's chip stacks just got a little bit smaller.
That's right.
Diva's out, and
Kuba checks. If I'm Kuba, I'm just ripping it here. There's enough money out there where you're just happy to just take it down.
Queen, 10. Diva had clubs?
Diva had clubs.
Oh, boy. All right. Now it's a bet from Kuba. No, he's trying to trap him.
Now it's a bet from Kuba.
I think he should have got a bet on the turn.
Yeah.
I don't think Dave would have called. He might have called for a jack, gutter ball. Can't call now with just king high.
Cannot call now when he does not call now.
Cannot call without a calling. Dave's still smiling.
Oh, Dave's having fun. He's having a blast.
My sign fell down in the back.
What was that? What was up there?
An overlay. A poker podcast.
I think it fell down when we got there.
Damn.
I never knew it was up. Although it did look nice with the trophies. Mm-hmm. People were inquiring. They're like, how do you win a trophy?
Those are from the CSOP of 2020.
Or 29. Oh, the 2020. Yeah.
It's the CSOP that never was.
The ghost.
The ghost
SOP,
OP.
Yeah.
So, the ghost SOP.
Dave with queens. All right, everyone calm down here. We have a real premium hand.
Dave races to 8,000, just a little 2x. Diva, King 10 suited. That looks pretty good. She's only got 2,700. It's a lot of money out there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You only got one over. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Good fold, Diva.
Tight, nice, good fold. And Drew says, you know what? I'm going to see it. I already got, He's got 4,000.
He's got 4,000. He had 4,000 to call. Yep. I don't mind that bet.
Me neither. Ooh,
all
spicy.
With the king of clubs,
yes.
And Dave's got the queen of clubs, so he's actually not too nervous about this. He's going to go all in, and Drew now has to call. All in to call.
This is a tough spot.
Yeah, it really is. 2 cards to come makes it tough.
You got a king that you think's good.
I mean, you know your king's good. I would think your king is good. You could turn another draw, like a 7.
So what's the pot at? 16,000 because they went 8,000 each plus Drew's extra
20,000 in the
10.
pot. 20,000 because Dave went all in for 59.79 total in the pot right now, which means there's 20,000 in there prior to Dave going all in.
That's good math.
Yep.
So 20,000. So this is our SPR, right? I mean, there's 20,000 in there, and you only have 17, so it's less than one SPR. He does fold.
So is that a good fold?
I don't know. I don't know SPRs and Hold'em and that kind of stuff. I mean, that's like way out of my... I don't know anything about Hold'em. But I do know that it's close. I mean, when you call a raise with King 8 and it comes 3 clubs and you got the King of clubs, it's kind of tough to fold.
Right.
I mean, he probably knows he's behind. He's just worried about the ace of clubs and being way behind.
That's true.
I mean, it's like you're basically getting it in for a draw. But at what point is the pot too big compared to what you have? I mean... If Drew puts in his 17, he's got 17 plus another 17 plus 20. He's got 54 and he's chip leader. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dave had him in bad shape. He had queens and a queen club blocker. Okay. Folds to the small blind. Small blind checks. No, small blind comes along. Dave checks.
Dave is just not putting his cards on the reader.
I think he ends up putting it here. I make him put it here. Or
Ace Queen 3, no flop for Drew. But he's going to bet it anyways.
And he wins.
It's good.
Dave had squadouche. And, you know, like not seeing Dave's hand, you realize that Dave probably doesn't have any aces or queens in there. So Drew's going to say, if you don't have aces or queens, I'm going to rep it. What are you going to do? Raise me with nothing? Then good luck. You win.
Right. If he had an ace or queen, he probably would have raised.
Right, and he's got 73,000. It's kind of dominating the table. So any high cards are going to be put pressure on.
Yeah.
So that's a good, it's sniffing it out by Drew and just realizing that he can win the pot. All right.
Dave with 4s again. The only one getting good cards. And we now count 4s as a premium hold'em hand.
In this tournament, 4s are a primo.
Diva, she could call and be just perfect.
Diva could take a picture out of, or a play out of Matt's playbook. All right, we've all officially profited now since the cameras have been rolling.
True.
Dave with the big obvious jump here, but
everybody else, Kuba's
staying strong. I mean, Kuba went from our chip leader to start, down to our short stack, back up to second in chips. Was chip leader before Dave won all those chips against Matt. Action's on Dave. Dave's out of there. And Diva with 10s. This is her spot. She's all in. Kuba can't call with the 10s. No.
A lot of blinds being traded back and forth.
Yeah,
right
and this
now.
is
the blind trading moments.
There really isn't much post-flop poker at this point, right? I mean, everyone's kind of all in or fold. I mean, look at this. Second in chips is 9 bigs.
Yep.
And this is what happens in sit and goes. And this is especially what happens in sit and goes when, the chips don't get traded earlier. You get left with all 4
You don't have
being
2
short.
big stacks.
Like right now, this like structure is set for it to be like heads up.
Yeah.
But there's still chips spread around 4 players. And then that's why everyone's short. Whereas, if we were down to 2, everyone would be okay. But inevitably in tournament poker, the blinds continue to go up. And Dave is now officially playing the big stack. Queen 10 of spades, another very sound hand.
I like it.
And Drew is definitely a defender. He's not gonna.
Yeah, he doesn't like to.
And that's fine. He's in fine shape with the Jack 7. Not so much anymore. And he just look at this. He just mucks. Open mucked.
Boop.
Your options are checker bet, sir.
Fold.
And that's the power of Dave being able to play that range. Ace queen flop didn't even matter. He just mucked because he knew Dave was going to bet. Well, Dave doesn't have to have an ace or queen there.
Nope.
He did, but he could have anything and be repping that ace and queen.
I feel like Dave would have bet no matter what.
Correct. He could have literally 3 deuce off, and he's going to bet that flop.
And Drew can't call.
Nope. As we see.
All right, Drew, the 9-8. Diva with 10s again.
Third time with 10s.
Kuba, Jack 7. All right, Diva's all in there. We might not see another flop again. Kuba's not going to do it. Drew might get pissed.
Drew's down to 11,000.
Dave would be super sketch here to call with the 6-3, but I kind of dig it.
How much is that?
He wants to know. I don't think it's a Hollywood. I think he wants to know. All right, it's a little bit more. 27,000 is too much for me to call. If it was like 12,000,
literally what he's saying, a little too much.
A little too much to call. She's like, "What do you want me to do? I got tens. I'm all in."
Again.
All right, there's our payouts: 1,000 to first, 600 to second, 400 to third, and 300 to fourth.
Little $100 page up.
Yeah, I mean,
this prize pool is spaced out so everyone gets paid. So
correct.
It's literally intentionally made for there not to be very many ICM spots, which is fine. We like to spread the money around equally.
First place still $1,000 for a free tournament.
And you get to be on TV.
Do you get to be on YouTube?
And there's free beverages.
That is true.
At CCG Studios. So you have that to look forward to, guys.
If you make it, you get free drinks. Dive is going to bet her 6. Dave's got Queen 5. Can't imagine he's going to try to see much more here.
He's not.
$81,000 for Dave.
Yeah, Dave just kind of, nickel and dimed his way here. And Drew's down to 2 bigs. So if we want the tornado analogy, he's literally the Wicked Witch of the West or the East.
He's floating around in the tornado.
Yeah, there it is. He's all in.
All right, he's got a good hand.
Dave's out.
You might even get a walk.
Diva's out. Kuba, this is like, I got to call.
Yep, can't fold there.
And you're still 35% here with the Jack 7. No.
I wouldn't be upset by it.
And here we go. We are seeing a flop. Gutter ball. Bricking. 7
ball.
Drew's our 4th place finisher.
Drew is out.
And get a little fist pump from everybody. Good game, good game, good game. He knows insects better than all of us.
That's true.
And then there were 3. And now Kuba, with those newfound chips, has 12 bigs. So now that we're down to 3, and now instantly you see Diva's got 9, Kuba's got 12, and Dave has heaps. Dave has just 25. Tons. So now there's nobody, quote unquote, in the warning zone right now. Diva's out, Kuba mucks, and Dave takes it down with a long walk on the beach. Dave's VPIP is the highest of these 3, 50%. And as we get shorter and shorter handed, Dave's...
His should continually go
Yeah,
up.
and his just kind of skyrocketed, I would say, in the last half hour.
All right, we're down to 3. Pretty lopsided matchups here. Diva with the ace-4. Dave, we haven't got a lot of second-best hands here,
Yep.
Dave's just going to call. Diva, putting it all in there.
Dave mucks. And this is where Dave needs to stay balanced and make sure to limp some of those good hands too. So she does it, You want her to shove ace-4 every single time, so you want to be limping in with the hands that beat it, just like you want to be limping in with the hands that
don't beat it.
Correct. Just like that, 10 and 11 bigs. So that puts Dave at 20 bigs.
I just like my graphic.
Oh, the graphic looks incredible.
1.5 points. It's pretty good. Kuba, King 9 suited. Dave, what do you got there, Dave? Dave's getting a little lackadaisical on his...
Look at that. See, he's got it.
Diva gonna limp? No, she thinks about it.
Kuba
goes all in.
And folds around. So now we're kind of just trading blinds here at their shot at who's going to shove. Because Diva and Kuba both have 10 bigs, so they're both, looking for spots to find a double. And now 13-9 as Kuba wins it all in. Dave is not in as good a shape as, it seems here.
Now that Kuba's got... if he doubles up...
Diva he's in last and she's in first.
Flops. Yeah. Right. If he doubles up Dave...
And this is how delicate,
Oh, here you go. Dave's got 7s now. Kuba's going to get out of there. We might see some action between him and Diva.
All right, so Diva's limping.
Dave's all in. I guess that's the way to play 7s.
Yep.
They're very difficult to play post-flop. So
they really are. Especially against a limping range, too.
See all five.
Could just be anything. Limping ranges have the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, the jacks, the queen. All the overs have the limping range. All right, coming up on 2 hours of a play on the stream and another 75 minutes before the stream.
All right, Kuba to call here with an ace.
Look at that.
Not a great ace.
Muck and ace deuce.
Dave's all in.
And now, Kuba, just since we have no audio here, Kuba did ask a few times, like where the pay jumps, like the pay jump. So he might be, now that Diva's down to 6, trying to wait her out a little bit. That's probably why he folded an ace there. Doesn't want to go out in third and give up the $200.
Give up $200, yeah.
Which, is the most significant jump in the tournament so far.
It's from 4 to 6.
4 to 6, yeah.
I mean, obviously, first to second is a much bigger
Correct,
jump, but at that point,
this is the
there's
first
no
time
ICM.
you're actually feeling.
The only ICM spot here is between third and second.
Correct. And Kuba gets a walk. Diva, 4 bigs. She's going to have to figure it out. It's such a struggle when you're in a spot like this, because if you look at it, Diva's down to 4 bigs, but she's still perfectly fine if she finds a double.
She just needs one double up spot.
But so you want to be kind of a little bit selective because you realize how good a shape you're in with a double. At the same time, you got 4 bigs.
You're losing so much money.
Chips. But no, she did have 5-3 off there, so nothing much she can do. Kuba's going to limp along, and Dave with a mystery hand, get it up there, down there on the reader a little bit, Dave. I think in general they all did a pretty good job of getting their hands read. Dave's going to bet 5,000 here with a mystery hand. And Kuba's all in.
We flop top pair. Let's see what Dave could have had.
So now
here.
what is Dave? Dave folds.
He doesn't have a queen.
Obviously doesn't have a queen. Trying to, create a hand that Dave would, bet fold there. Because all the hearts are probably going to go bet call. So it seems like it's a 6 or a pure bluff. Just trying to take it down. And again, Dave does have the ICM stronghold.
Oh, for sure.
On Kuba. Because Kuba does not want to bust when Diva has pennies. 4 big blinds, and she's in the big blind for 2.
Oh, boy. She's getting no hands. Kuba with 6s. Dave's with an 8-3, which actually looks better than Jack 3.
Kuba calling. And I think Kuba was trying to create a situation where him and Dave both called. Diva's all in. And then, tried to eliminate her. Diva does flop the best hand. Checks through. 10 ball on the turn helps nobody. Scary card for her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know she's fine. And she is fine.
Yep, she's good.
And look at this. 21,000 chip pot goes uncontested with the Jack 3. And that is music to her ears. She basically finds a full double up.
I mean, she would have called on the flop anyways.
Correct.
So I guess they both saved chips this way, but it's a weird play.
It is.
You're right. I think Kuba was trying to induce a bet out of Dave.
Right. Dave calls, Diva's all in, call, check, and then Diva has to be 2 hands, and then she did.
With Dave having the chip lead here and Kuba in between him and Diva, it's a really bad spot for Kuba because of the fact that
Dave gets to punish him afterwards.
Correct.
And Diva has to act before. It's like the nut low for him.
The nut low.
And now that Diva just won all those chips, he's now in this position for a longer amount of time.
Yep. Queen 10. What's she going to do?
This is all in.
She going to punish him.
And he's out.
Yeah, I mean, Jack 4.
And now, just like that, nothing much happened for Diva, but look at these chip counts, guys. 66, 55, 44.
They're basically
everyone's even. Blinds are now 3,000, 6,000, making it even more fun. Dave chip leader with 11 big blinds. And you want to say, yikes, Dave's only got 11 bigs. He needs to find a spot. No, he's chip leading, guys. He doesn't need to find a spot. Kuba, 10-4. All right, buttons, actions on Dive on the button, 8 deuce offsuit. Kuba is limping the 10-4 of clubs. Dave seeing a flop with the 6-3 of clubs. And nobody flops a pair again. This is a first-to-bet situation. Kuba, last time you let Dave win with King High. Are you going to let him win again? I mean, you got to.
Now he flops at 10. Or Rivers at 10.
Yep. I had to back it up because we had the 10 on the turn. But it is a river 10, and Kuba does have the best hand, and Kuba does bet, and Dave wins. Yeah. Turn on the river or switch, but that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Same thing.
All good. Kuba's got the winning hand, and he takes it down.
Dave is still our most aggressive player.
And those, again, I know the statistics are right, but they feel right. All right, moving on. Hand number... No idea, waiting for the image to come up and tell me. And it's not telling me. Fold, fold. Diva wins, just like that. Hand number 88 in the books. Diva gets a walk with the 7-3.
Less troublesome now that she's actually got more chips. They're all pretty even at this point.
Now
the ICM's gone. Anybody could. It doesn't matter at this point.
Correct. It's nice that you finally understand ICM.
I'm trying.
Hey.
Only took me 15 years.
You're improving.
Plus 10 years of playing before that.
All right.
All right, Diva. Could be trouble. Those suited face cards look so pretty.
Three-handed.
How much is she gonna bet? See, she just calls. Kuba's gonna raise here. He's all in, and she's gonna call.
All right.
Okay. Well, that hand kind of played itself.
It did.
I mean, it's not like she's gonna fold King Jack suited.
No. I think she limped, hoping that he would shove, just because. I mean, she hasn't seen anything besides tens.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen anything, so she's pretty excited here to get it in with King Jack suited for a chance to be the chip leader. After just having two big blinds.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty unlucky that he wakes up with ace queen, and you're still 40%.
You're still 60-40. Yeah, it's a little worse than a coin flip.
Yeah.
You can't bitch about that.
No.
I hope we get a sweat here. Oh!
There's
King,
a sweat.
spade, jack.
She's good.
What? No! What an awful game.
Ace from space.
Ace from space.
No!
Diva! Well played, and just can't get it through.
And now Kuba, out of nowhere, 112K.
Yep.
All the chips in the world.
See, that was the kind of problem between Dave and Kuba, right? Is because it's like whoever, or all three of them, whoever's going to knock the other player out is going to be a huge, right?
Yeah, because
like it's not only do you win that flip, but then you're also 2-1 on the next guy. Mm-hmm. It seems really good. Diva going to experience one of those free beverages. At CCG Poker TV Studios headquarters, world headquarters. We haven't quite decided what we're calling it yet. Went to Showdown. Kuba's been to Showdown more often than Dave, but neither one of them, only about 40% of their hands. We're finally heads up.
Jacks.
Kuba with jacks. Dave has completely missed his.
He knows the reader's above it,
but not that. It's like not, half.
Yeah. Okay, and we're gonna get this hand registered here really quick. So
Queen 9 versus Jack 10.
That is what it is. Queen 9 of spades,
which is pretty solid heads up.
And let's get the odds. I wanted to put the thing on to see what are 72-28, something like that.
Oh, 68-32. Pretty good.
Okay.
This is very flop dependent.
It is. Very, very much all the marbles here.
You feeling good if you've got jacks here?
You're feeling good.
Yeah.
I
never feel good with jacks.
I do. You know, you made it this far in the tournament. You got jacks for the win. One overcard.
70-30.
Squadoosh.
Yep. Needs to turn a spade here.
He does.
Oh, no. Spade. Oh, it's a black card, too.
And Kuba
comes out of nowhere.
Kind of literally a dark horse sat there watching Jeffrey Dahmer.
Loved it.
And then he ships it.
Great finish for us, folks. Thank you for watching Thursday Night Poker. We hope you enjoyed the worst hands of poker session of the free roll.
Yeah.
Not played, just dealt. Worst dealt hands ever.
Hands like 20 through 50, that middle part.
Just so rough. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.